Hey guys, let me start off by saying I am not in the business of making videos, but I kind of felt compelled about making this video simply because when I went to YouTube looking for information about this particular topic, I really couldn't find a whole lot of info. So this is really for people who are possibly thinking about changing out the grips on their Smith & Wesson J Frame revolver. This gun that you're looking at right here is the Smith & Wesson Model 340 M&P. It is chambered in .357 Magnum, and it's a hell of a gun. It really is. Super light, super small, and it is a dream to carry. But with that said, one of the things about this gun that are not very fun is taking it to the range and shooting it. This is a self-defense gun. It is clearly not designed for a day of recreation out at the range. So, with that said, one of my discoveries that I made at the range was that the grips that I had on this gun, even though I felt like they were the right grips, I was apparently very mistaken. What I had on here was Hogue grips for the J-frame. And I'm a big believer in Hogue. I still am for many types of grips. But I think they need to reevaluate their whole J-frame concept for their grip. I'm going to tell you why. Even though when I put the Hogue grip on this gun, I thought, okay, it looks really good, and it even feels good. It had a nice feel to it when I was simply holding the gun. But what worried me about the grip was if you tapped on the grip, you could hear how hollow the grip sounded on the gun. In other words, it just seemed like Hogue could have used a lot more material on the grip on the inside to make contact with the actual frame of the gun. And I couldn't figure initially out why they did that. Why they wouldn't put more material on the gun. But then when I bought the Pachmayr, and what I have on here right now is the Pachmayr Diamond Pro Comfort Fit Grip for Smith & Wesson J-frames. And I'm going to tell you why this grip is far superior than the Hogue grip you either have on your gun or are contemplating putting on your gun. For example, if you own a Hogue grip on your J-frame right now, go ahead and take it out and tap on the side of that grip, and you will hear how you are just knocking on hollow space. There is nothing but hollow space behind that grip. Most of the grip isn't even making contact with the frame of the gun. And what I found is, by putting this grip on is how I made this discovery. Initially, I was trying to slide this grip onto the gun, and I couldn't do it because the Smith & Wesson has a peg that is placed down here, lower on the frame of the gun. And what happens is, like with the Hogue grip, it comes with an attachment piece that you will clip onto that peg that slides through the frame. And you'll end up putting a screw through the bottom of the grip and securing the grip to the gun that way. Well, being that the Pachmayr has a screw going through the side, so you don't utilize that post, that peg that sticks through the frame of the gun. So what happens is I popped out that peg and then slid this grip onto the frame of the gun. And what you find out immediately is the entire grip, it's a thick rubber. nice thick hard rubber, and it makes contact with the entire frame. Okay, and that is so important. You're going to find out when you're shooting this how beneficial that is to absorb the shock wave that the gun creates that goes up your arm. Also, the grip is a heavier grip because it is more solid. There's more material with this grip. So it adds some weight to this super light gun. And I do believe that will help you with your recoil and control the gun as well. It's also a thicker grip. It's got nice, thick texture to it. And that's huge for a gun like this that's chambered in .357 Magnum. You want maximum control of that gun. This is the ideal grip for a Smith & Wesson J Frame Revolver. And I firmly believe that. And going back to the Hogue, which, like I said, I'm a fan of Hogue, but just not for the J Frame Revolvers anymore. What happened is, remember I was talking about that post? That there's an adapter piece that clicks onto it? Okay. What Hogue did is Hogue simply hollowed out the inside of the grip. And by doing so, they allowed you to slide the whole grip over that post that's sticking out the sides of the gun. Now, I understand why they did that, because you got to slide over that post. But what I don't understand is it would have been just as easy. Well, maybe apparently not easy for them. It may have been more time consuming. And I just think their engineers made a tactical error, because the peg sticks out on both sides. They could have simply made a nice big rubber grip and just carved or channeled in a track inside the grip that would have just accommodated that post sticking out, being that you need that post in there for that adapter piece so you can screw it in at the bottom. And I think that was a fatal flaw, because shaving out all the interior material to get over that post, you don't have it. It's not there. It doesn't add any weight to the gun. It's got nothing touching the gun. There's nothing in there to absorb anything. It's just a hollow grip that's being held in place by one screw. So that's my take on it. If you're looking for a grip for a Smith & Wesson J-framed revolver, I will definitely recommend the Diamond Pro Comfort Fit series for Smith & Wesson J-frames. And I stand by that. You're gonna love everything about this grip. You're gonna love how it feels in your hand. You're gonna love how it helps absorb some of the shock wave. And if you look inside the grip, like when it's off, it almost seems like there's a grip inside the grip, and which is helping you with that recoil absorption, that shock wave that the gun produces. Regardless of what kind of grip you have on the gun, this is not a recreational firearm. You don't want to just go to the range and think you're going to shoot off a box of 50 or 100 that day. This is a self-defense gun. It's designed to be, you got 5 shots in the cylinder. And I'm going to say if you need more than 5, you're probably in pretty deep. And but being that it's chambered in .357 Magnum, that should be able to bail you out at any close range jam that you get yourself into. And like I said, if you go to the range with the gun, I don't care what grip you have on it, if you shoot too many rounds through this, you're going to feel it. But this is going to give you maximum comfort right here. Diamond Pro from Pachmayr. All right, guys, thank you.